Hey team, we had a great pour yesterday. We did 15 cubic meters of concrete over this 1,250 square foot rear area of this project. This is about half of the square footage that we're doing in total. So we're about 4.5 inches thick, 32 MPa concrete, and I added fibers. So these are microfibers and they're very, very invisible. So if you've seen fiber mesh before, it either comes in these very small hair-like strands, or else it's a thicker fiberglass strand that's very visible. So we have full rebar. So this is not a reinforcing, like a structural reinforcement fiber. It is just a surface strength increaser. So it's just going to help keep that surface nice and tight and dense. So not going to have any problems with spalling or the surface coming off or dropping stuff and creating damage. It's not going to happen. So tricky part here is working around this wheelchair lift because it's flat and we're converging on it with 3 or 4 different slopes. So we had to make sure that we didn't slope into it. We had to slope everything around it and still keep the slope. So we had enough range there with the total slopage, so wasn't too worried. Water's not going to get caught, so we just worked our way around with the level, and yeah, it was a smooth day. We had cloud cover, we had a bit of smoke cover, so we're in the shade in the back here. And I mentioned this in the other video, but we spec'd this job for a broom finish, but the way that we had to come through in between those two buildings, it would have been a nightmare to get the broom straight or to keep it straight. You'd be brooming at all different angles, and I absolutely hate it when you have to start and stop with the broom. It always leaves a line. So here you can see I've suggested a random float finish, we call it. Some guys do a swirl finish and they try to make a pattern, but not us. We keep it random. So we want to make sure we all have the same magnesium hand floats, so we're leaving the same texture, and we're also looking around at the guy beside us, making sure we're copying the texture. And the way to do it is just like this. You randomize the pattern. So you do like a figure 8 finish. So you work your way. First you seal up the pores. You want no holes, no lines, and then work your way out with that figure 8 finish. And you just leave similar size swirls, but it's all random. It doesn't have to be perfect. Client suggested that we put a couple maple leaves in, so we added 2 of those on the outside corner of the rear section there, and nice little flare in the back, so we're digging that. And here's kind of a look at the finished process. I definitely would have preferred to do hand cuts, but again, it's just such tight quarters. We're going to saw cut it today. So it just made sense. I didn't want to fight with the hand cuts. We had enough guys to make it easy, but we didn't want to complicate it.